On the 7th pitch, Harper hits one in the air, left center field, back it goes! Harper, the swing of his life! This is what I was talking about. He can go the other way. The ball was not up. The ball was out over the plate. He's strong enough. He's done it before. He inked a long deal.
With his biggest moment of his career. I mean, I don't think you can make any other claims about it. Two-time NL MVP. So we're going to go through that at bat, and we're just going to let it play. And I want to get you guys basically going back and forth on pick selection and how they ended up, trying to make the decision because they stuck with Robert Suarez instead of getting to Josh Hader. We'll get to that. But first, what do you think about that at bat? I mean, if you were on the hill and you were catching, what would be, and let you start, what would be your game plan to deal with Bryce Harper there?
Well, it's so hard to keep your composure and think through in these moments. When you talk about Bedlam at the bank, to be on that mound when the place is going crazy like that, the best in the business, and Alex will tell you, are able to think through that moment and really process all the information that we've taken in before the game and kind of what's happening. And to me, you're just in a bad situation because you've got JT Realmuto 0-2 base hit to start this inning, which is huge. You get him out, you've got a different case where you can really kind of go at Harper. But for me, Alex, this is the best player in the lineup that can't beat you. You certainly don't want to pitch around him and put two guys on, but you have to know that this guy can't beat you, and he's got to stay in the ballpark.
Well, to your point there, like it's a fine line you're walking as a battery in this situation because, like you said, you don't want two guys on with nobody out. Obviously, in that situation with them when you're up one, but so you're still trying to get him out, but you don't want him to beat you with the home run in this situation. But you have Suarez up here with a good fastball. You see that fast first pitch fastball away. That's what Harper's looking for here. That tells you right there. He's being aggressive. I thought this pitch right here, this second pitch right here, was a perfect pitch there to set up everything else throughout this at bat.
Okay, I did as well. And because you're going in and out, and you're trying to change eye level, and you know that Bryce has certainly we know now that he said after this at bat he was looking away because Suarez had done it before,
right,
and that's his best pitch. So if a guy's looking away, you just made him swing and miss, and now you straightened him up. So you've got really, you can go back in there right here, or you can go back down and away to how you think you're getting him out. And they go back down and away right here. But again, this is the second time he's seen that fastball down and away.
Pretty good clip, too, at 98, too. It's not like 95 or 94.
Right. He's throwing 98 to 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And, as a catcher, too, you're thinking, my guy's throwing 98, 100 miles an hour. So, I have
and
that.
He hasn't caught up to it. At this point in time, Bryce was a touch behind even that ball there. So, to me, if you touch behind and you're not catching up, I'm okay with them throwing a high fastball right here. But now it's 4 straight fastballs that you've thrown. Here's where it starts getting dicey. Again, Bryce hasn't caught up yet. That ball, he was more on. That was up, and it was 100 miles an hour. And it was off the plate, and he got a little bit more barrel to it, and you're starting to see a little bit better swings.
Well, even in today's game, how many times do you see even guys that throw 98 to 100 throw not just 4, even 3 fastballs in a row? You usually don't see that. And after a couple of swings that Bryce has had with heaters away, it's got to start telling you, hey, eventually he's starting to catch up.
The last swing before that was a ball off the plate, 100. He got a piece of it. You should swing and miss at 100 off the plate.
Right.
That pitch right there was just a clip, a tick away from being another homer. And again, this is the pitch of the at-bat. And Bryce Harper, this is what made you come through in that big moment, the ability to take this changeup right here, because this is a well-executed changeup.
Well, it's a well-executed changeup. This is Suarez's bread and butter. This is what he gets swings and misses on against left-handers.
And Harper spit on it.
And he spit on it. And it's one of those things as a catcher when you see your pitcher execute a pitch. You think you have a hitter set up on a pitch. Your pitcher executes, and the hitter spits on it like that. You're thinking to yourself, okay, maybe he's on it. But at the same time, you also have to realize it'd be really hard to lay off that pitch twice. And when we see Harper here, man, 99 away like that. But that's the thing. The other swings that he was fouling off, that 98, 100 off the plate away, you got to be able to sometimes trust your eyes when you see a hitter doing that. Be able to kind of go away from the scouting report a little bit. And when talking about that changeup, when he was able to take it, very few guys will be able to take it again.
I like that.
It's almost the same thing. The other thing, a lot of times behind the plate when I'm calling a game, if you make a nasty slider down and away, and you get a guy chasing at a pitch in the dirt, how often do you think you're going to be able to execute that again, and he's going to chase it again? Not too often. He's going to chase it again, and that's why it's almost the opposite. When a guy takes a pitch like that, a well-executed pitch, not too often he's going to be able to do it again. But he's also a different breed.
Yeah, no, real quick. Were you surprised there that Bob Melvin didn't bring in Josh Hader? And I get it. It would have been 6 outs for Hader.
You know what? I was completely fine with this move with Suarez because he had been so good. And Hader, you heard he wanted to get about 4 outs, and he hasn't been getting 6. You'd have really put your ball club in a tough situation if you go in there and ask him to do that. I just think you're going to go back and look at pitch selection. And to me, the biggest things in this, Fran, is it's an ever-changing situation from pitch to pitch. Mm-hmm. And that pitcher and that catcher is reading every swing the guy takes. And if you just reading those swings and seeing that ball that was off the plate at 100 miles an hour and him starting to get the timing of it and hit it foul, and then the next one was 98 down there and he took a real good swing at it. Yep. To me, it's just this ebbs and flows, and Suarez and Nola just missed that, he's gearing up and he's starting to get a hold of that. And Jason Varitek used to always say, you're teaching a guy something every pitch, and he's learning something. And be careful to do too much of that, Jake, even when your pitch is really good. And to me, too much of one thing just happened in that bat. Suarez has been outstanding. Bryce Harper is the best player in the game, and you just saw why. You do too much of one thing, he gets you, and he gets you.
He's going to make the adjustment.